make our Easter cross buns or hot cross buns, we need the following ingredients. Here I have some milk, yeast, spices which include cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, allspice, and some ginger powder, margarine or butter, an egg yolk, sugar, flour, vanilla extract or vanilla essence, a bit of water. So these are the ingredients, or some of the ingredients we will be using for the Easter hot cross buns. Let's go. Here I have my saucepan and I have it on low heat. As you see here, we don't want the mixture to boil because we are going to prepare our wet mixture. We don't want it to boil, we want it to be warm. All right, so just want to make sure that it's on low heat, and we will start off by adding in the ingredients. First, I'm going in with the milk. Next, I'm adding in the margarine or the butter. And what we are going to do is to allow it to melt. Yeah, we're going to allow it to melt. So once it's melted, I will come back to show you the next step. Here's what our mixture looks like so far, and as you can see, the butter is mostly melted. So next I'm just going to go ahead and add in the sugar. Once the sugar has been added, we're just going to stir it around until it has been dissolved. Just like that. I will continue to do that, and once it's finished, I will come back to show you the next step. Now that the sugar is dissolved, we will go ahead and add in the water, just like that, and keep stirring. And we are going to add in some vanilla extract. Next, we are adding in the yolk. And we are going to stir until it is well combined. And this is one of the reasons why also you don't want to have your heat on high or medium high. You don't want your yolk to be cooked. You just want it to be tempered into the mixture. So this is what our mixture looks like. It's now finished. I am going to turn off the heat, which I just did, and we are going to allow it to sit for a couple seconds while we move on to the dry ingredients. Move on to the dry ingredients. Here is what the wet mixture looks like, and what I did, I transferred it to a bowl, and we are going to allow it to cool slightly. All right, we want it to be warm. We don't want it to be hot, but it basically destroys the raising agent, which is the yeast, which will prevent the dough from raising properly. All right, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. To a large bowl, we are starting off by adding in the flour. We're going to follow up with our spices and the salt. Next, add in the yeast. Give it a really good mix until it is well combined together. Fam, this is what the mixture is looking like. So next, I'm just going to make a little well in the middle. And I'm going to start off by using a spatula while adding the liquid. So I'm just going to do that. And we are adding in all liquid some at a time. I'm just going to fold it in. And of course, I will transition to my hand once it reaches a stage where I can knead it properly. And as I said again, you don't want your liquid mixture to be hot, you want it to be warm. And bear in mind also that this is a sticky dough. Oops. So I'm going to add a little at a time till I get the consistency I'm looking for. Be sure to also have some flour on hand. You just may need it in the kneading process. This is what the dough is looking like so far, and what we are going to do is to transition it. Oops, sorry guys. We're going to transition it onto a floured countertop. So this is my pastry mat, and I did add some flour onto it. I'm just going to add in a little bit more, and we are going to place the dough onto it. and we are going to knead it. So just going to add a little bit more. And next, I'm just going to take that dough, just like that. As you can see, it is sticky. All right, and then we are going to go ahead and knead, just like that. Family, this is what our dough is looking like. It's a nice smooth ball. Let me just bring it closer so you guys can see. So this is what it looks like, and of course you see bits and pieces of the spice in there. And next we're going to place it into a lightly greased bowl, just like that, and we are going to allow it to sit for roughly 30 minutes, and then after that I will come back to show you the next step. Spice fam, this is what our dough is looking like. It has doubled in size, and now what we are going to do is to punch it down the middle like this. Yeah, just like that. And I am just going to cut it into some shapes. So here is my lightly floured countertop. Just going to move it around lightly, knead it lightly, that is. And we are going to cut it into our desired shape. And here, of course, I have my baking dish or baking sheet. Sorry. All right. So I'm just going to cut that into about four equal parts. All right, so this is what our dough looks like, and I'm just going to do it just like that, like fold it into itself, and then we are just going to do that. I'm just doing that, basically sealing in the end, and I'm just rolling it just like that to make a nice little ball. And this is what our this is what it looks like. So we're just going to rest it onto the dish just like so. So I will continue to do that, and then once it's done I'll come back to show you. So this is what the cross buns, the buns are looking like so far. So what I am going to do is to allow it to sit and raise or double in size, and once it's done we are going to bake it. Okay fam, so this is what the hot cross buns is looking like so far. It has doubled its size, as you can see. So next we are going to place it into our preheated oven. Here are the hot cross buns after they would have been baked. I did remove it from the oven, and I will allow it to cool completely before moving on to the next step. So spice from here I have some ice and sugar. Now we are going to make the glaze. So here I have some icing or powdered sugar. I have here some milk, and I also have here some almond extract. Now vanilla extract can be used as well. So let us go ahead and make the glaze. So I'm just going to start off by adding in some of the vanilla, sorry, it's actually almond extract. So I'm just going to measure it here. Just need about this much. And don't be afraid, I will leave a link in the description box below with all of the ingredients I would use. And then I'm just going to start off by adding in a little of the milk. Not too much because it's a glaze, so you don't want it to be too wet. All right, so we're just going to add as needed. So this is what it should look like, almost like a paste-like consistency, just like that. Because remember, when you're pressing it on the bun or putting it on the bun, you don't want it to run, you want it to stay. All right, so this is the texture you're looking at. I think that should be more than good. Yeah, if you find it's a little bit runny, just add about a teaspoon of the icing sugar as you go along until you get that nice paste-like consistency. So next what I'm going to do is to place that into a bag, and then I'll come back and show you how to make your cross on your bun. Family, this is what the paste is looking like in the bag. And I'm just going to go ahead and take my scissors and just cut the end off like this. Cut it into the thickness I want it to be. So let me just show you. And next we're going to pipe it onto the bun. Sorry, the buns look like. And one of the things I forgot to show you guys is where I was putting on or brushing it before I add it to the oven. I actually forgot that I had to quickly take it out and do that. So you want to make sure that you do an egg wash to get the nice shine as you see here. Yeah, before you add it to your oven to bake. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make the cross on the bun. I'm just going to start off by doing this here. As you can see, I'm going to keep my hand very steady as I can. I'll try to keep it as centered as possible. And I'll cut off right here. You can go right down if you choose to. And then we're going to go across here. Do you see how thick and nice it stayed? Now this is exactly what you are looking for. Alright, so this is the first cross bun. Then I'm going to do it the second time. So we're going to go down from here, start from here. And keep a steady hand. Make it as thick as you want it. And cut off. And then I'm going to do it across as well. And then we're going to leave it to dry. Remember, it's a paste that you are making. Alright, so keep it on, that's okay. So I will continue to finish it off and then I'll come back and give you the final look. Family, this is what the hot cross buns look like, and if you notice carefully, it has started to melt. It's a very hot day, I promise you that. It's an extremely hot day, so yeah, you want to make sure that your paste is thick. Okay, and if you do have a nice and cool place, it's perfect as well. It will be better if you... Spice Fam, there's one thing I forgot to mention, that with the hot cross buns, you can also add in some fruits or raisins, that is, if you choose, if that's your preference, and that should be fine. But as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you'd have enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, put in your post notification bell so each time we post you are alerted. So we will see you in our next video. Bye bye.